Imagine being praised only when you shine, but ignored when you stumble. Imagine being in love but constantly feeling invisible. Imagine growing up in a family where emotions are called weakness. This is the silent wound called narcissism. Today, we will uncover what narcissism really is, the layers of psychology beneath it, the different types, why people behave this way, how it passes through families, how survivors can heal, and whether it's really worth trying to change them. Narcissism is not simply vanity. It is a mask. A shield built to hide a fragile, wounded self. Psychologists describe narcissistic personality disorder as a pattern of grandiosity, a need for admiration, and a lack of empathy. But beneath the definition lies a human truth. A narcissist is someone who has lost touch with their authentic self. Inside, there is a deep instability of self-esteem, swinging between superiority and worthlessness. There is an inner child frozen in fear of rejection, and an inability to regulate shame or vulnerability. Arjun was one such child. Every time he cried, his father scolded him, "Don't be weak." Every time he failed, he was humiliated. So he built armor. He learned to suppress emotions and project strength. As an adult, Arjun became the boss who mocked others' feelings, who demanded obedience, who wore arrogance like a crown. But inside, he was still that little boy, terrified of being unworthy. There are many types of narcissism. The grandiose narcissist is the one most people imagine, loud, commanding, always craving the spotlight. Like a manager who shines in meetings, takes credit for his team's work, and humiliates employees in private. The vulnerable narcissist is quieter but deeply self-focused. This is the friend who sulks for days if not invited, who constantly needs reassurance, but when you share your pain, dismisses it as unimportant. The malignant narcissist combines arrogance with cruelty. This is the partner who isolates you from loved ones, controls your finances, and enjoys breaking you down. And the communal narcissist wears the mask of kindness. They help, they give, they appear selfless, but underneath, every act is fueled by a need for recognition. This is the relative who donates generously, but never stops reminding everyone of their sacrifice. The faces are many, but the root is the same, a fragile self hidden behind a false self. Why do they behave this way? No one is born a narcissist. They are shaped by environment, by wounds, by experiences. Some grow up with neglect or abuse. Their needs were ignored, so they learned to hide them. Some grew up with overpraise, treated as special above all, never learning humility or empathy. Some were shown conditional love, affection only when they performed, never simply for being. Some were shamed again and again until they could no longer bear to be vulnerable. Narcissism is a defense. It protects the self from unbearable shame. Instead of feeling, "I am not enough," the narcissist projects, "You are the problem." Mira grew up with a mother who only hugged her when she scored the highest marks. One failure brought silence, withdrawal of love. As an adult, Mira became obsessed with success. Failure felt like death. She demanded perfection from her partner, criticized every small mistake, and could not sit with vulnerability. Behind her controlling exterior was a terrified child still chasing her mother's affection. How do you identify a narcissistic dynamic? Conversations always circle back to them. Your feelings are minimized. You're too sensitive. Blame is shifted. If you're upset, it's your fault. Apologies are rare, or hollow. You feel drained, constantly doubting yourself. Psychologists call this gaslighting, manipulating your reality until you question your sanity. They also use intermittent reinforcement, showering you with love one day, withdrawing it the next. This creates a powerful hook, keeping you addicted to their approval. Rahul experienced this. His partner was full of charm at the beginning. Slowly, criticism crept in. If he shared his feelings, she accused him of overreacting. When he pulled away, she suddenly became affectionate again. Rahul felt caught in a cycle of hope and pain, unable to leave, addicted to rare moments of tenderness. Narcissism does not stop with one person. It often passes silently through generations. A grandfather is strict, withholding love. His son grows up craving approval, and in turn becomes a narcissistic father, demanding achievement, incapable of empathy. The grandson grows up as the peacekeeper, always adjusting, always pleasing, never knowing his own worth. Children of narcissists split into two paths. Some repeat the traits and become narcissists themselves, while others become echoes, overly empathetic, losing themselves in others. Unless one generation chooses awareness, the cycle repeats endlessly. Healing begins when someone finally says, "It ends with me." For survivors, the wounds are deep. Low self-esteem, chronic self-doubt, fear of abandonment, trouble trusting. Many feel invisible, silenced, unworthy. But healing is possible. The first step is awareness. Naming what happened is the beginning of freedom. Priya began journaling her interactions with her partner. When she read her notes, she saw the clear pattern of gaslighting and control. Awareness gave her strength to step away. The second step is boundaries. Saying no without apology. One daughter told her father, "I love you, but I will not allow insults anymore." He raged, but she stood firm. In that moment, she reclaimed her voice. The third step is rebuilding self-worth. Survivors must reclaim the self stolen from them. Daily affirmations like, "My feelings matter. I am worthy of love without conditions." Meditation, therapy, creative expression, these rebuild the inner foundation. The fourth step is support. Healing in isolation is difficult. Surrounding yourself with people who see you, who validate you, helps repair the broken trust in humanity. Healing is not about revenge. It is not about fixing the narcissist. It is about reclaiming your light. And what about lessons? For survivors, your sensitivity is not weakness. It is strength. Boundaries are not selfish. They are sacred lines of self-respect. For narcissists, power does not lie in control, but in vulnerability. The mask you wear is heavy. Behind it lives the child you abandoned, still waiting for love, not from others, but from you. Is it worth trying to change a narcissist? Yes, narcissists can change. But only if they want to. Change requires facing their own shame, dismantling the mask, and doing deep inner work. For many, this feels like death to the ego, and so they avoid it. For survivors, the truth is clear. It is not your job to change them. It is your responsibility to protect your peace, your growth, your light. If they choose to heal, it is their path. If they don't, let them walk it alone. Narcissism is not just arrogance. It is unhealed pain, passed silently across generations. But cycles can be broken. Survivors can rise. Narcissists can face their truth, if they dare. Healing is not about fighting the darkness. It is about remembering that your light was never lost. Awareness breaks cycles. Compassion heals wounds. And your light can never be taken.